Good evening, brethren. Welcome to today's service. My name is Mccu, and I'll be taking you through today's 3 minutes of sense. On this beautiful Friday night, I'll be talking about standing in the gap. This is an idea that has its origin in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22, verse 30. This verse tells us that I tried to find someone among them who would stand before me in the gap on behalf of the land, so that I would not have to destroy it. But I found no one. This is a verse that comes when the Lord is speaking to Ezekiel and speaking of his wrath towards Jerusalem. Jerusalem had sinned so much against the Lord, and God wanted to pour his wrath on Jerusalem. And he was trying to find a reason not to have to punish the people of Jerusalem. He was trying to look for that one person that would justify his mercy upon Jerusalem. From this verse, we realize that God's heart is moved whenever we plead, whenever we pray on behalf of other people. And God is always waiting for us to pray, to plead, and to intercede on behalf of others, so that he may respond with mercy. So you may be there, you may be asking yourself, now knowing this, what can I do about it? Who can you stand in the gap on behalf of? This is something you meet every day. Wherever you are working through your life, you meet a number of people. You meet people who are probably undergoing a situation that's so hard for them, and you feel the need to help them. Probably they lack something, and you feel you have it and you can give it to them. Probably they are undergoing a moment and they need someone to talk to, and you feel you can offer the listening ear, you can offer the encouragement, and you can give this person a reason to keep fighting on. You can also intercede and stand in the gap on behalf of your friends and family. Sometimes in this life, a lot of things could come your way to the point that you're so overwhelmed. You can be the voice of that person, pleading before God so that this person finds strength, pleading before God so that this person finds a reason to keep fighting on and not give up. And also, there's another group of people you can stand in the gap on behalf of, and that is people who don't know the Lord yet. The people who have not come to the knowledge of God may not find a reason to pray. They may not find a reason to go before the Lord and ask for forgiveness for anything. When you interact with these people and you realize these people really need someone to pray on their behalf, do it as a Christian, because that is your duty. And so you may be asking yourself, so all these things, am I just doing it, or do I have someone I can say I look up to, I can use as my example in doing all this? And when you read the Bible and use it as a teaching guide for yourself and your Christian life, you can look at the example of Esther. You look at Esther's life, her ultimate role and her ultimate win, and where she really came to be our real example is when she was able to pray. When she was able to pray and fast on behalf of her people when Haman wanted to destroy them. You realize that she managed to prevent destruction of her nation at her time. You look at the life of Joseph. Joseph may not have gone to Egypt in the best of circumstances, but his presence in Egypt facilitated the movement of his family when there was famine in Canaan, so that they would not have to die from the famine and the starvation. And when you also look at the life of Moses, when you read the book of Psalms, chapter 106, verse 23, therefore he said to them that he will destroy them. Had not Moses, his chosen one, stood before him in the breach to turn away his wrath, lest he destroy them. You realize that Moses was able to save his Hebrew nation from destruction by pleading before God after they had worshipped the golden calf. He was able to turn the wrath of God away from destroying his own people. And the ultimate example is the example of Jesus Christ himself. God offered to us Jesus Christ. He came to live as a man so that he may bridge the gap between us and God after sin had so much separated us from God. He died for us on the cross so that we could be reconciled with this God. He stood in the gap on behalf of us who are not so deserving of his mercy really. But you realize that him being there, it saved us. It gave us another chance at being at a good relationship with God. So you may be there and you may be asking yourself, yes, I know all these things now and I can do it. And so one thing I would like to encourage you is that stop pushing the button and saying that if I don't do it, I know someone else will. Someone else will also be thinking of the same thing. That someone else may always, and it's actually always you. So whenever you feel there's a need, there's that brother you're close to, there's that sister you're close to, they're undergoing something and you feel you can help them. There is a gap that you feel that you yourself, you have the skills, you have the energy, and you have the gifts that you can be able to fill it. Do it. Because this is my urge today, that you stop postponing it and pushing the button to the next person. That person could only have to be you. So do it. Stand in the gap. Do the right thing. Pray and do it. Up to that point, we have come to the end of our 3 minutes of sense. Until next time, I've been your host, Mccu. Goodbye.